Welcome to the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. I am teacher Nehrawan and I'll be your examiner for this part of the test. What's your full name?
My name is Ryan Allison.
Okay, the speaking has three parts. I'll give you instructions for each part. For part one, I'd like to get to know you a little bit better and ask you some questions on a general topic. Are you ready to begin?
Yes, sir.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada.
What do you like to do for relaxing?
I like to watch movies, some TV shows. I like sports. Yeah, if I'm just relaxing, I would say I'm watch something or maybe read if I have a good book.
Let's talk about vacation. What do you like to do on your vacations from work?
So when you say my vacations, do you mean just any day off, or do you mean like when I'm taking an extended period to go on a trip?
Exactly, when you take an extended period for a trip from your work.
Okay, so a proper vacation. Okay, because many people call vacations the weekends, which we wouldn't call a vacation. Gotcha. Okay, so vacation. I never take a vacation from work unless I have to, unless I'm going like on a trip somewhere. So since the pandemic, I haven't left the country. Um, the last vacation I went on was just to see my sister in another province, far, far from here, like 5 hour flight from here. Um, but I've gone to many different countries, luckily, and I like to do many different things on vacations. Sometimes it's nice to just sit by the pool or by the beach and have a drink. And it's also nice to go adventuring and see different things and hiking. I would like to experience many different things. So I'm very open-minded. There's certain foods I definitely don't want to eat, like both brains of a sheep. I don't want to eat that, or gizzards of a frog. But other than that, I'm pretty open-minded.
How many days do you usually take for a vacation?
Oh, it really depends. Before I visited my sister for 1 week, um, the last trip I did was quite a long vacation. I went to Turkey and then Tanzania. And that was like 21 or 22 days. I spent 10 days in Turkey and 10 days in Tanzania.
What was your favorite vacation until now?
Oh gosh. I cannot choose a favorite vacation because each place is so unique and has something special. Um, I would say the trip to Tanzania might be something I'll never do again because it's very expensive to go on a safari because I got to see lots of wild animals in their natural habitat. And that was very amazing to go to the Serengeti Ngorongoro crater. My pronunciation's off there, and into a jungle.
Yes.
But
If you
um,
could go anywhere for a couple of weeks to relax, where would you go?
if I could go anywhere for, oh gosh, again, that's very tough. I've
Yeah,
been to Asia. Sorry, go ahead.
if you could go anywhere for a couple of weeks to relax, where would you go?
If I could go anywhere to relax, maybe I would choose South America because I have not been. That's the only continent I haven't been to. Um, or maybe somewhere in Southeast Asia if I'm just going to like relax on a beach somewhere. One or the other.
Yes, that is the end of part one. For part two, I'm going to show you a script that consists of a topic with some questions. You have to talk about the topic for 1 to 2 minutes. I'm going to give you 1 minute to prepare what you are going to say. Now you can get a pencil and a note paper to take some notes as you wish.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yes, you can start.
Okay, so I've been fortunate to meet lots of different smart people in my life. But my oldest friend that is well known to be very intellectually intelligent is my friend Owen Powell. He has a PhD in economics, and now he works at a university in Austria. I met him in junior high school. We were in grade 8 together. And now I don't see him very often because he lives in Austria in Europe and I live in Canada. So we're quite far apart from each other. But he's a very nice guy. He's very intelligent and he's a very thoughtful person. He really considers everything. Now he has a wife and 3 children. So I think he wants to pursue his interests, but he also wants to make sure that he can maintain a career that can help him support his family. So I think in his future, he will continue to do research within his field, economics, and just raise his family and hopefully someday, inshallah, have some grandkids and take care of them as well. Is that good, sir?
Yeah, that is the end of part 2. For part 3, I'm going to ask you some more questions related to the topic of part 2. Are you ready to continue?
Okay.
Let's talk about intelligence. What makes someone intelligent?
Well, I've learned, I think recently, intelligence can be measured in a few different ways. So when you ask me this first question, the first thing we usually think of is academic intelligence. And that's why I use the word academic intelligence. Because my friend, though academically is very smart, he's not perfect. Nowadays, I think people are more open-minded and we talk about things like emotional intelligence. So there's many different kinds. Some people have what we call street smarts, common sense. So somebody could be a genius academically, but not have any common sense. And I think what people need and what shows real intelligence is being able to use the kind of intelligence that you have and be successful. I know a gentleman who couldn't do well in school, but is very rich because he's intelligent in other ways. He's a very good businessman. So
some people feel being very intelligent can be also a burden. Do you agree with this notion?
To a point, I understand it. Like that would be equivalent to people who are thoughtful. When you're always thinking, you can't turn off your mind. Elon Musk says that you wouldn't want to be me because he has 1,000 things going all at once. But I would say better to have the burden of genius than the burden of being a moron.
It's often agreed that intelligence is very difficult to measure. Why is this?
As I stated earlier, there are so many different kinds of intelligence. You can measure academic intelligence easily by giving them some information and then testing them on it. But some people learn in different ways, or not some people, everybody learns in different ways. So it depends on what exactly you want from them. You can find someone who's autistic and has 0 social skills who can ace a test. So that's why it's difficult to measure complete intelligence.
What are some of the greatest architectural achievements of the past 50 years?
The past 50 years, oh gosh.
Yes.
I guess some of the greatest. Honestly, I'm not an expert in this topic, but pretty obvious would be the tallest building. I forgot which one, somewhere I think in Abu Dhabi or something. The tallest building in the world. That is pretty amazing. Other than that, I don't think what we've done recently is as amazing as some of the things that were done in the past, because we don't have answers to how things were built in the past. So now we know how it was done. Even though it's amazing, it's less amazing than historical achievements.
How about non-physical achievements?
What do you mean by non-physical achievements?
An achievement that we cannot touch it, but it is still available.
So like, for example, my friend getting a PhD in economics, like that kind of achievement?
I mean, something we cannot touch it, but it is one of the greatest in the world as an achievement.
I can't think of any examples. I don't know what you mean. Like, creating a family is an achievement, but you can touch your family. If you have a child, that could be an achievement, but you can touch that. So I'm not sure what you mean. I'm sorry.
For example, we have internet.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot touch it, but it is still available. Do you have any more examples?
I see what you mean. So the invention in the last 50 years, you said?
Yes.
Oh gosh. So television was before 50 years late. Oh gosh. I can't think of anything. The internet was obviously the biggest invention in the last 50 years, unquestionably. Yeah, and things like what we're doing right now, obviously, being able to video call, interact with people all over the world, but that's related to the internet. But it's pretty amazing.
How will the major achievements of today impact future society?
Well, I think the same way that major achievements have always impacted is we learn from those successes and we grow and build upon them. So anything that we've done today, they will improve into the future. Some things will become obsolete, obviously, and they'll stop using, but many things they'll add to it and they'll use it as like a prototype for better things in the future.
Yes. That is the end of the IELTS speaking test. Have a great rest of your day. Have a good day. Goodbye.